everyone. Our team name is Business Team. So this is our team member, Monisha Smith, and then Nikesh, and then Atula Fatima, and Benjamin Uben, Mohammed Adil, and Greg Chuka, and who is our team leader. So this is our table of content where we are going to talk about Startup Amsterdam, classical analysis, Porter's generic and 5 forces, SWOT analysis, competitive advantage, BRIO framework, Rotterdam maritime capital, high-tech campus, Eindhoven, analysis on competitors, completion, strategic recommendations, and references. So first of all, we are going to talk about the Startup Amsterdam. What is Startup Amsterdam? So Startup Amsterdam is an initiative which is taken by the city of Amsterdam in 2015 to help the local and to promote the local and international business entrepreneurship. And what type of things they are interested on? First of all, solutions for urban issues, innovations with business and network connections, then tech talent development and growth and scaling support. And Startup Amsterdam's initiatives. So they're taking the initiatives like AI Startup Lab. They're helping to launch the AI startups, and then Startup in Residence. They're helping to tackle the real world city challenges. Then Art Up in Better. They're helping the people to innovate the culture, how to develop in cultural innovations. Then Equals Amsterdam. They're supporting the women to improve their skills in technology. And then Take Me Up. This organization, they are helping the students to take the loan to underrepresented tech students. The next one, we're going to talk about the cluster analysis. So, Adil will going to talk about this.
Hi everyone. In this slide, we are talking about cluster analysis of Dutch business environment. In the first aspect, we have political aspects. Netherlands being the member of EU, which provides them political stability. And in the next aspect is the economic one. They have startup support, tax incentives, international focus, and successful exit. Netherlands is providing tax regime for business, so this will attract the startups. And moving on to the social cultural aspects, the diverse talents from several multinational countries. So this will attract the startups to recruit the new members. And in the environmental aspect, there is risk of flooding, low renewables. Because Netherlands is prone to the flood, this could be negative for the startups. And in the technological aspects, they have innovation, legacy, excellent infrastructure, open source presence, and emerging sectors. Like you know that Wi-Fi was invented in Netherlands, and they have the country with the high Wi-Fi speed. And finally, we have the legal aspects, liberal regulations. So this eases the barriers for innovative startups. That's about the question analysis, and now we have Nikesh with the Porter's 5 and Porter's strategy.
Hello, my name is Nikesh, and I will be talking about Porter's generic strategy and 5 forces of Startup Amsterdam. So talking about Porter's generic strategy, the Startup Amsterdam is cost leader with subsidized pricing in innovative products with the help of government. So talking about differentiation, Startup Amsterdam has a strong brand reputation, increasing the attractiveness of Amsterdam as a startup destination for new talents. So talking about Porter's 5 forces, threat of new entrants are reduced. Startup Amsterdam initiative create barriers to entry through resource access, their vast network effects and brand recognition. Bargaining power of suppliers also reduced. Minimum trade from suppliers, as Startup Amsterdam is single largest hub in the state. Suppliers may rely only on the hub for connection with startups to thrive more. Bargaining power of buyers are also reduced. Companies with interest in partnership, acquisition, or other forms of association with the startups will need to meet certain requirements to do the business. Trade of substitute is also reduced. Collaboration and innovation focus can make substitutes less attractive. Competition rivalry is complex. Startups Amsterdam fosters healthy competition through collaboration, while some initiatives directly enrich competition. Example, pitching for investors. So talking about SWOT analysis, strength. Startup Amsterdam have robust ecosystem with diverse stakeholders, strong collaboration and innovation-focused mindset. The connection of city government and initiatives that address social issues. Moving on to the trades, the competition from other startups, both established and new one. The maintaining focus and relevance as startup landscape evolves can be difficult. Moving on to weakness, it's not a direct profit generating model, so it's reliant on continued support. The success metrics of overall ecosystem are harder to define than from the individual startup businesses. So finally, opportunities. The growth in sector like sustainability and AI is emerging, where Amsterdam has strength. So it have opportunity to attract talent and invest into the city. So moving on, my friend Atula will be talking about competitive advantage.
Competitive advantage. Startup Amsterdam primarily competitive advantage lies in unique ecosystem. Their focus on collaboration with government, universities and business sets them apart from pure startup incubators. Startup Amsterdam distinguished itself by fostering a collaborative environment that involves not just startups but also government bodies, universities and businesses. This collaborative approach facilitates knowledge exchange, resource sharing and access to diverse expertise, giving startups a competitive edge in terms of support and growth opportunities. The second one is brand recognition. As the face of Amsterdam's startup scene, they have high visibility and credibility. So, being recognized as the primary representative of Amsterdam startup ecosystem provides Startup Amsterdam with high visibility and credibility. This recognition attracts attention from investors, entrepreneurs, and stakeholders, both locally and internationally, enhancing their ability to attract talent, partnerships, and funding. Moreover, their strong brand presence helps startups associated with them gain trust and credibility in the market, facilitating business development and the growth. The third one is social impact orientation, aligns with changing market demands and investors' priorities. In today's business landscape, there is a growing emphasis on social and environmental responsibility. Startup Amsterdam's focus on social impact aligns with these changing market demands and investors' priorities by supporting startups and the address pressing societal challenges or promoting sustainability. Startup Amsterdam not only creates positive change but also appeals to stakeholders who value businesses with a purpose beyond profit. So the second slide is VRIO framework. So VRIO framework stands for measure the degree of sustainability. So the V stands for valuable. Startup Amsterdam offers highly valuable resources to startups like funding, connections, knowledge, etc. And the R stands for rarity. The specific combination of their ecosystem focus and government support is relatively rare. So the I stands for difficult to imitate. The collaborative network and the brand reputation cannot be easily replicated by others. So the O stands for organized. Startup Amsterdam has a clear structure and programs, ensuring valuable resources are used effectively. So moving to the next slide, gonna taken by Greg. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Greg. Yeah, so we're going to discuss the other competitors really briefly because we are out of time. The first competitor is the Rotterdam Marine. Rotterdam Marine is basically a hub that is highly focused on the marine innovations and sustainability. It is a capital, they provide capital maritime solutions in Rotterdam and that contributes to the maritime sector's energy. It is a combination of the Rotterdam Marine Authority together to form this specific hub. We also have the high tech campus, I know, which is this company was initially founded by Philips, 1964, but finally have been acquired by Oak Tree in 2021. And over the years, they have been able to collaborate with over 300 companies. It is a major private hub in Eindhoven, and they specialize in innovative technologies and smart solutions, and also provide resources, funding, and also knowledge for startups going into the tech business. Now we're going to move to the next slide to quickly analyze the competitions. Briefly, you can see that this table just summarizes it. Not, I'll just try to elaborate as much as I can. So, Startup Amsterdam is first in Netherlands in terms of number of startups. In 2023, they were able to successfully kick off 932 startups, which means that the first Rotterdam Marine became the fifth by 137 startups, while High Tech Campus comes at third with 124 startups comparison. Both of them, the Startup Amsterdam and the Rotterdam Marines, are both funded by public and private investment. Rotterdam Marine is also funded by crowdfunding, which is some contributions going on. High Tech Campus is mostly private, like I said initially. It is made up of over 300 companies altogether to make up the startup. Let's look at the support stages. Every one of them, especially the first two, which makes sense because they are both funded by the government, would follow startups from the development stage onto the later stages until they're able to successfully thrive. This one, because they are highly focused on profit generation, they want to see how the innovations can profit the company. There are factors that would determine how they'll be interested in carrying on the startup. So if the startup gets to a point where they're not as successful as they anticipate, they might pull out the funding. We look at the generic strategy altogether. Startup Amsterdam uses the cost leadership and differentiation strategy. Like I said, due to the government interaction with Startup Amsterdam, it makes them easy. It's easier for them to subsidize the price of innovative products because, I mean, they're not necessarily for profit generation, but to help startups grow. Differentiation comes from the diversity of the startups that they help or they support, which comes in diverse fields in the tech industry. Rotterdam Marine is a much more highly specialized hub because it's mostly focused on the maritime sector. Nothing else except maritime technology and innovations. High Tech Campus differentiation strategy, mostly into tech developments, tech-related AI. Even one of the apps they developed, I think it's PeerBuy, that's what it's called. That's one of the startups from the High Tech Campus. We also look at their competitive advantage. Startup Amsterdam uses a collaborative ecosystem, which comes from the public center interaction and also the diversity of their wide network of services they offer for startups to develop. Maritime has a high concentration of maritime resources and expertise, and that gives them a unique image in the startup industry. So startups startups that are interested or have technologies or innovations related to marine would quickly identify with the Rotterdam Marine Capital. They also have a sustainability solution from the High Tech Campus. This company would look for ways to provide innovative products in the most cost-effective way possible, and then they can generate money from it. So thereby selling products that are sustainable, and of course, due to the government regulations, they would also want to try to provide startups that would meet up government regulations, and that's it. Using the VRO framework, Startup Amsterdam basically has the full framework, which is the VRIO, because they provide valuable resources in terms of knowledge, expertise, resources, and connection. They have the rarity of the the services that they offer in terms of the government interaction is quite rare, and it's difficult to imitate due to the popularity of the Amsterdam city. It's not something you can imitate, and of course, they are an organized business. There you have this ones, they have valuable resources as well, difficult to imitate because of their specialization in the marine sector, and then they're also organized, and they also have the high-tech campus as well, which is also valuable. They have specialized services for startups that are difficult to imitate, and they are also organized. I will call on Aisha once again to wrap up this presentation.
So in the conclusion, it's a strong brand recognition and focus on the social impact differentiates I startup Amsterdam from other hubs in the Dutch hub industry. The core is strategy of startup Amsterdam lies in building a unique collaborative ecosystem where government, universities, and businesses work together to give a startup needed support and advantages. There are some recommendations. Cross-sector collaboration challenges, organize hackathons or innovation contests, focus on cross-cutting sustainability issue, bringing together startups from the tech sector alongside established companies. And the second one is international sustainability showcase. Position Amsterdam as a leading hub for sustainable innovation with a flagship event attracting startups, investors, and global leadership in this field. And the last one is Best in Sustainability Awards. Establish annual recognitions for business across different sectors, highlighting their achievement in areas like clean energy use, ethical supply chain, and positive community impact. So these are the references. Thank you everyone.